rate in New Orleans dropping to its lowest point in 50 years, the New Orleans Police Department is dedicating more manpower and time to cold cases.
Ton Trong reports the cold case unit is in a better position to re-examine killings and another form of crime that can be tough to solve.
When someone gets shot, the first priority for EMS or doctors is to stop the bleeding. In many ways, that strategy can apply to the New Orleans Police Department and crime. It's been trying to stop the bleeding in New Orleans. Emerging from the pandemic, the city's murder rate exploded, with 257 homicides in 2022. But it's declined since then. 192 in 2023, 125 in 2024. And this year's murder rate is on pace for another drop.
We're over 100 murders at this point in 2023, and now we're at about 46. Right, that's a substantial number of murders less. That's a lot less victims and a lot less grieving families.
NOPD Deputy Superintendent Nicholas Gernon is the chief of the Detectives Unit, which includes a team of cold case investigators. With fewer murders and a drastic drop in other violent crime, Gernon says the cold case unit is now more able to focus on their primary duty.
And I think that it really is a reason why our clearance rate right now for homicides is at 89%. It's phenomenal. NOPD's clearance rate historically over the last 20 years has hovered around 50%.
It's a far cry from the mode the NOPD was in 3 years ago, when New Orleans was considered the murder capital of America.
Back in 22-23, you were having cold case detectives have to work active murders, right? You were having cold case detectives have to go out and work other serialized incidents. They were on the beat. They were in uniform for a lot of special events, for a lot of different incidents that were occurring, because we just didn't have the bodies.
Gernon says the force is now able to put more manpower into cold cases. It's transferred 8 new detectives into the Special Victims Division, which focuses on sex crimes and child abuse cases. Unlike shootings and murders, sex crimes such as rape have increased over the past 3 years.
When we see these numbers rise or we see these numbers where they're at, it means that people are trusting the system. They're trusting NOPD to come forward and say, hey, I was sexually assaulted.
Dr. Jordan Pedalino, a sexual assault project specialist with the New Orleans Health Department, says it's encouraging to see the NOPD devote more resources to sex crime cold cases because they can be very tough to solve.
A very small percentage of cases are cleared nationally, about 1/3, and so this is showing folks that they're not being forgotten.
The NOPD says it's seeing some early results.
We solved 25 cold cases in sex crimes so far this year, and I would say about a dozen or so child abuse cold case units.
Many of these perpetrators that they're finding within these cold cases have perpetrated more than once, are likely to perpetrate more than once.
To highlight that point, Pedalino detailed a 2011 rape the cold case unit solved last year. She says by examining an old rape kit, detectives were able to connect the perpetrator to 2 other rapes, helping the victims find some resolution to their cases.
That was really beautiful to watch 3 women then come together and have this common experience and be able to get justice and feel like they were heard and listened to. And all of that came from an old kit.
But a look at the open murder cases page on the local Crime Stoppers website shows many families still wait for answers. Mothers like Tamika Prophet.
I don't think that nothing no one could ever do could hurt me as much as I'm hurting now. Like, I wake up every day and hurt. I go to sleep every day and hurt.
Prophet's son, Ja'Kai Quinn, was killed in a triple shooting in the St. Claude neighborhood in April of 2023. He was 16 years old.
At the time, my son was sitting in a car with his friend, actually getting ready to leave. And the car came up and started shooting, and my son was hit. Him and 2 other people was hit. But he was the only one that passed away.
Prophet says she's rarely heard from homicide detectives since her son died.
After a while, it's like, I don't hear, they're not answering the phone. I'm consistently calling them and nobody's telling me anything. Like, I just need an update on what's going on.
Prophet says she's been doing her own investigating, and that's a big reason why she left Louisiana.
I'm from New Orleans. I'm born and raised there. I do understand that what I'm doing, someone may want to hurt me, and it's okay. I'm okay with that because I'm not going to stop. But I do have other children. So for my kids' safety, yes, I did have to leave.
The NOPD says the lead detective in the case has had contact with the family in the past and spoke with Prophet since our interview.
If you have information, please let us know. Work with us. Don't give up on us, because we're not giving up on these cases.
Gernon says new evidence or new tips can spark a fresh look at a particular case, and he urges anyone with information to call them. But these investigations largely hinge on caseload.
If we start to have substantial spikes in violent crime, we may have to reassess how much we can put into a cold case unit.
The NOPD has managed a dramatic turnaround while struggling with a historic low number of officers. So if crime's pendulum swings the other way, police may once again be in the position of trying to first stop the bleeding. In New Orleans, Tan Trung, Fox 8 Local First.